Hey y'all, welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. I'm Corbin.
Hey guys, I'm Matt. We're doing this one a little bit more vlog style. We want to take you with us on our trip to Oregon. I think you'll enjoy this one. We kind of walk around and show you a little bit of what we did.
Yeah, Asheville to Atlanta, nothing too crazy, little short flight.
I like Asheville Regional. It's a fun way to fly.
All right, guys, we're headed out. We're catching the seats right now for PDX. We're on our way to Seaward.
Then, of course, we hop in. We're going all the way to PDX. And, yeah, it's a wild ride to PDX. Like to get in there during the daylight and get out of town a little bit. But we got to go visit a ton of cool places while we're in Oregon.
I was happy to get off of that plane, man. Got a little cramped. But yeah, it was nuts to be in Portland, man. I was like, what am I getting into right now?
This was your first big Mr. Maple trip.
Yeah, hopefully the first of many to come, man.
We didn't know what crazy we were signing up for. We had them filming, how many days straight were we filming? 12? 14?
It seemed like 20, man, but, Yeah, it was awesome just driving around in this area. I mean, going from very urban and city to lots of agricultural land out there. I mean, that was something that kind of blew me away.
Yeah, this was a fun trip. We had no idea we were going to purchase Buchholz Nursery when this trip started. So it's kind of a little documentary, too, of our endeavor out here. We end up, by the end of this nursery, by the end of this trip, starting to agree to purchase Buchholz Nursery and get the wheels in motion. So it's kind of fun to see the beginning of this. I had no idea at this point what road we were going on.
Yeah, I'm just happy. Next time I'm going to document a lot more, just in case some crazy stuff goes down like that.
Awesome place, though. I mean, Oregon's really known as one of the epicenters for agriculture in the United States. It's funny, Oregon and North Carolina are really two of the bigger places for woody ornamentals as well. We got to visit so many cool friends with nurseries, interesting places, research plots, all kinds of cutting-edge stuff, and it's just great to know people who get to go out there and see all the cool things.
Oh, yeah. First stop, Don Schmidt's.
Yeah, Eric was so cool. Let us film some drone stuff there. We did a little video you should definitely go check out on the dry farming they do. So they do dry land farming. They don't have any irrigation, and it's just super interesting stuff.
We're out here at Don Schmidt Nursery, walking around. Matt and Tim are over there doing a little shopping with Alan Tabler, and I'm getting everything set up so we can do some shoots today. So yeah, catch y'all later. Yeah, man, this was my first experience at a dry land farming in-ground nursery, and holy cow, that place was nuts.
It was great to connect with Alan Tabler as well. He was in the area and came by visiting. Always one of my favorite knowledgeable maple people, and it's just fun to see what they're doing in different places. I like to see how everybody does things. You can learn a lot everywhere you go. When you go somewhere like this, though, you're going to learn a lot. I mean, there's just a lot to learn. We shot several cultivar highlights in this setting too. Really had a perfect day to do it. I was amazed how much dust they turned up there, though. That was a dusty area. It's a lot of dirt in the air.
Yeah, Eric's car had about an inch of dust in it, man. But he was awesome, dude, and I'm happy he showed us around.
Such a cool guy. Really, really great guy.
And we're off to the next place, man.
We didn't go light. We packed in a lot of places on this trip. One of them, I like that you could see Mount Hood from there. It was pretty cool. Give you kind of Mount Fuji vibes. But so much agriculture out in this area. I mean, it's one of those areas. It's the reason people went on the Oregon Trail. It's such a fertile area.
And there it is.
Yeah, now we're stopping in at Buchholz Nursery. That's the place, man. We're really excited about where this is headed. So much potential here. So much potential already reached, but so much more potential to grow. And we're excited for what the future holds at Buchholz Nursery.
Yeah, this was insane for me. I mean, I hear about Talon all the time, but then to finally put a face to the name and see all these awesome cultivars, I mean, you really can't beat it.
I mean, it is a wonderland. You get there, and video can't even do it justice. We'll keep turning out videos from here. Y'all know we're going to have some of the snow kittens on camera. And one of the funnest parts about this trip was just getting to fellowship with Talon. We drove him around. We went several places with him, from going to Seabright Gardens and just kind of having some camaraderie and walking around the gardens. We did a tour on that one too, so go check out that video.
He's been behind me, so
Yeah, and here's some footage from Seabright. I mean, that was a beautiful garden. That was a little treat. I think that was a little unexpected for both Matt and Tim and myself.
I went there once before, but I went in the fall, and honestly, I was so busy. I think I underestimated the place. And going back in the spring, it really gave me another appreciation for it. There was so much in flower, just so much going on there in every corner, and it was just fun to go with Talon. I just had more time to walk around, talk to him in the gardens, and it was just a special day. We had a blast. Perfect weather too.
Yeah, I liked all the birds they had. They had some pigeons and some peacocks there, man. Didn't get to see the peacock, but I definitely heard it.
There's so much going on, especially getting here in spring when things are in flower. I mean, the azaleas, the dogwoods, the styrax, everything was kind of popping off when we were there. I mean, it was weird because they even still had the Grancy graybeards in leaf, so it's like everything had waited on us. The early stuff and the late stuff was all together, and it just made for a magical time. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I know, and I really think this place had a real deep connection with Talon as well. I mean, he was definitely enjoying it.
Yeah, here we have one of those Styrax japonicus evening lights. I love evening light. It's a beautiful plant.
Yeah, the amount of bees around there, I mean, there had to be some pretty good tasting honey around.
These gardens were incredible. It was one of those just perfect scenarios, perfect timing, and you can't beat going around with Talon Buchholz in the garden. It was just one of those special days. Bell's Golden Spring. I remember walking through there. There's so many showy plants, though. It's just, it never ends. They had conifers. They had tons of herbaceous plants mixed in. I mean, it was really something special. The textures, the colors, so much going on there.
I know, man. And here's one of my favorite parts: the variegated horse chestnut, Weiss-Link.
Yeah, it's a hard one to say. I never know how quite to run that one out, but it's got that reticulated variegation. This one even had some incredible flowers going on while we were there. It's almost ghost-like. I believe this is actually at the Oregon Garden. So we also dropped by the Oregon Gardens and Resort. Changed a little bit. Used to be able to stay at the resort and get into the gardens for free. Now they're owned separately, so they're not one entity, which was a little disappointing, but it was still kind of fun to get out there and see it. And yeah, it's interesting. They got this dragon sticking up there in the waterbed.
I know, that's about how I was feeling, man. Stuck in the bog by that time. It was
dragging.
I was dragging. And this thing was crazy. The awesome Shishigashira.
Oh, yeah, it was cool to get down there to Oregon State. This is a little bit more of where we got to go and do some research with Talon. Spend a little bit of time in J.D. Veritree's archives. At one point, Tim and I were working on a book on J.D. Veritree's pre-COVID, and it was fun to reconnect and look at a little bit of that with Talon. And one of the more fun parts about this is the connection that Talon has to this era. So Talon learned a lot from J.D. Veritree's. He bought the ground that his nursery's on from J.D. Veritree's sister. And so to go through the archives there with Talon was just special. I mean, every time we pulled up notes and we asked him questions, it's like, this is kind of when he was starting out, right? So it's kind of his era. Like, it really, really brought him back to a place where he was, in our shoes kind of at that time frame. And it was just fun to watch him reminisce on all the notes and everything going through there. I think Tim and I both spent some time side by side with him, just kind of seeing what he thought was important from the archives and what we thought was important and comparing notes. I mean, it was a fun time.
Oh, even traveling back and forth to the different locations we were going, we saw some crazy stuff out there. Some awesome hot air balloons that I captured.
I mean, this valley's famous for having just one of the most fertile grounds. It's an amazing area. It was funny. I went out there a couple years ago and it was all weed on either side of the road. Now it's all sod again. So they've cut all that down and changed back. It was an interesting area to be in. There's always something going on. Now we're actually here at J.D. Veritree's home. So to up the archives a little bit, we went to the source itself And this is a little bit of where the propagation area was there. Stuart Wilson, super kind to let us get back and visit the home. He was the current owner at the time we filmed. They were selling the house while we were there, though. So they were literally walking around doing the inspection while we were filming that. But make sure to go check through our full walkthrough of JD Veritree's home. There's a 2-part to it. There's a director's cut and a regular. That regular video, guys, you got to get the views up on that. That's one of the best things you can ever see as a maple collector. JD Veritree's private collection and many of his original plants.
Yeah, it was so awesome to be able to go in there after we had spent a whole entire day looking through all these notes, hearing Talon talk about, oh, I know that guy, I know this guy, and then to finally go and see all these beautiful trees that, I mean, JD Veritrees was the popularizer of maples in the United States.
First English-speaking book. I mean, I think that Eritama sold some Eritama too. Corbin kept shooting that when everybody was all about it. And of course we had to take it back to Buchholz Gardens. I mean, made sure to get a little bit of footage of Corbin shooting. I'm like, we gotta get you on camera, buddy. Corbin was going around carrying this gimbal. And dude, you were a trooper, because Tim doesn't want to stop ever. Tim's like, hey, we've shot 4 videos. Wouldn't it be better if we shot 12? So it's like back-to-back shoots. So we had a blast. We do get involved in a little bit in the shoot. This is the original Mayday here. Tim zooming in on. And what gets me hype about this one is look at the seeds, y'all. There was seeds all over that thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a mad dash at the very end to get as much footage as we can. But I wouldn't want it any other way, you know. It was an awesome time.
So many one-of-one treasures in there. I mean, there were so many trees. It was like, I mean, I hadn't seen some of them. So I'm like, Corbin's like, you haven't seen this? And I'm like getting crazy, right? Me and Tim are we're over here holding our chest looking at some of these, and Corbin's like, wait, what's that then? I didn't know what this is all about.
Yeah, it was nuts. I mean, Talon is a mad scientist cooking up some crazy maples all the time. And this was an amazing time, and I'm happy to say it wasn't a one-in-a-lifetime kind of thing.
Yeah, now that we've purchased Buchholz Nursery, I'm sure we will be back, y'all. So this is just the start. I mean, maybe we'll just put a camera on top of Jordan's head while he's walking around. We'll go live feed on Jordan's head every day. Thursday live feeds from Buchholz Nursery. We'll definitely be out here shooting a ton more content as frequently as possible.
But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it.
Hey, make sure to like and subscribe. Take care.
God bless.
Have a great day.